And this is a good question, honestly, because there's three guys who it can be. I guess there's two parts to this, Fish. Who do you think will be it for most of the season, and who do you think will be at day one?
I think day one it'll be Trey Sermon. I think it'll end up being in terms of touches Raheem Mostert. So
Okay.
Raheem Mostert might be the starter, but I think they're gonna have a really if you remember Marquise Goodwin's career arc with the 49ers is actually similar to what happened with Raheem Mostert. At the end of 2017, Marquise Goodwin finished the season really strong. They gave him a contract extension in the offseason, and they were like, Marquise Goodwin's going to be like a receiver one. 2018, Marquise Goodwin was hurt. He was in and out of the lineup. He had the one great game in the frozen tundra with C.J. Beathard throwing him the football against the Packers. That infamous Monday night game where the corner from Iowa, I forgot his name, but Greg Maben, he got absolutely abused by Devontae Adams down the stretch of that
when Jimmy
game.
Ward went out, I vividly remember this. Right as Jimmy Ward got out, it was literally just like Devontae Adams with like a 70-yard, 5-yard.
Right. And then coming into this offseason, they loaded up coming into 19, they drafted Debo, they drafted Jalen Hurd, and then they signed Emmanuel Sanders. They obviously had Dante Pettis. Before you know it, Goodwin was kind of lost in the pecking order. And all they said with Goodwin was, we're going to try to limit his touches so he can be the explosive athlete. I think that's kind of what's going to happen with Mostert. I don't think Mostert's going to get lost in the shuffle the way Goodwin did, because I think Mostert has showed a little more in last year than Goodwin showed in 18. But I think they're going to have a clear cap on Mostert's touches to keep him healthy, because his speed is so spectacular. When you do get him, he can take anything 80 yards, 70 yards. And because he can house call anything, you want to keep him healthy for every game. So I think Mostert will be capped at 10 to 12 touches a year. So by technicalities, he might not be the RB2, but in terms of touches, I think he would be the clear running back 2. Because I think somebody, whether it's Sermon, whether it's Gallman, or whether it's Elijah Mitchell, who I still haven't watched on my to-do list, but I say that every time. But one of those guys I think will end up taking, I guess, the bulk of the carries, even though it'll be 20, 30 more than Raheem Mostert over the season.
Interesting. Yeah. If the Niners did that, I honestly think that'd be the best way to utilize him, because, as great as he is, he does not help the team if he's getting 20 carries one week and then he just gets injured the next. And, you wish that wasn't the case, but that's just kind of how it's been for his career. And you kind of have to take that into account when giving him touches. And so I could see him as the RB2. I still am worried about his injury concerns. So I'll say this. I think Wayne Gallman will probably end up being the RB2. And I think Sermon will try to be the RB1 guy. I guess the thing I keep harping on with him is his explosiveness, and his 10-yard shuttle is one of the best of any. And this is coming from his high school track coach. And I think this is carried on because his 40 isn't the best and what you'd think it'd be, but he's incredibly explosive. And in this offense where once you hit the hole, that's really all you got to do for them. And, maybe he's not the home run hitter guy Mostert is, but if he can beat someone, or if he can beat people to the spot with his 10-yard quickness, then that's more than effective enough for this running game. So I'll go Sermon as the RB1, and then Gallman is kind of the guy who he's just all around solid at everything, jack of all trades, and will be able to handle a huge workload and actually get the carries to be the RB2. So I'm going with Sermon 1. Mostert's going to get touches sprinkled in there. I'm worried about his injuries, though, and then Gallman certified, second guy. Third if Mostert can't be healthy.
I think that's definitely fair.